What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, an MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction. We got some new Billie Eilish, CHIHIRO. I think that's how you say it. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Now, this is actually my second Billie Eilish song that I've actually listened to as well as reacted to. So y'all get a real time me getting into the Billie Eilish experience. I know in the last video, y'all gave me a lot of suggestions, even to check out this new album. So that's definitely on my to-do list. But let's go ahead and see this video. Let's see some visuals.
To take my love away.
Uh,
When I come back around, will I know what to say?
yeah.
Said you won't forget my name. Not today, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Kinda strange.
What's interesting is like
I got changed.
she does like this whole whisper voice, which not everybody could pull it off, but with this and the last song that I heard, I can dig it.
Open up the door, can you open up the door? I know you said before you can't cope with anymore. You told me it was war, said you'd show me what's in store. I hope it's not for sure. Can you open up the door? Did you?
You know, another thing is I could really look at her calf muscles. I could really dig as far as like this really jazzy type of beat because this isn't what I was expecting from Billie Eilish, you know, like and it matches as far as with her voice, but you know, it almost has like this effect, but not in the aggressiveness like at a club or you know, them playing whatever freaking music. So that's cool. So and to me, when I'm thinking about like production and I'm thinking about like how to apply certain things that I like into my music, what elements do I like? For me, it's like this melody, but it's also that one like you know that whole effect. So that's really, really dope. And I like the whole open up the door. And I like how even with this, like her voice is higher, but it's still low, you know, and like I said, it works. Like I can really dig it. Ooh, I like that.
So you see the counter when I look away. So you turn around, but it wasn't your face. Said I need to be alone now, I'm taking a break. How come when I returned you were gone away?
I like the effects as far as like within the beat itself, you know, because it's just little subtle things like that I think are very intentional as far as especially when you're listening to it. For the visuals, it's interesting seeing this whole almost like school or apartment building or whatever and the argument that was happening to it's almost like she's going through memories, you know, like it can almost be like her like this can be her brain and she is literally walking through different memories possibly, you know. But like I said, with those effects, those switch ups, because they're not normal when you're listening to the beat, it's like a aesthetic interference. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but aesthetic interference to where it's like if it's a record, you know, and that little screech, you know, in the record, that little stop before it goes back in rotation, it's like those little things within the beat do that to where whatever it is within that time before your brain goes back to or the record goes back in rotation, what's being conveyed in there, you know? And so when I'm hearing it in the beat switch or what's about to be said, it's probably like, you know, really banging. Dang, she pushed me. Look, I'll say this, like, hey, it does not matter, woman or man. Keep your damn heads to yourself. And I'm gonna say this especially for women, because sometimes y'all like to sit up there and be like hitting a grown ass man. Stop that. Because you, even though they can hold back, not everyone is going to hold back, you know, and you don't need to do that. You know what I mean? So it's just like when I see that, and I see her throw the first, you know, like strike, it's just all like, yo, stop doing that. You like especially women, because it's like y'all are putting yourselves in very messed up situations, and you think because you're a woman, oh well, he doesn't need he shouldn't hit me back because I'm a woman and my hits don't do the same thing. No, stop thinking that. Do not hit anyone, whether male or female, without expecting to get hit back. Like, just get that in your head. Like, oh, let me not hit this, but it doesn't matter how emotional you may get or feel. It needs to be locked and loaded in your head. Do not hit this person unless I'm expecting to get hit back. Like, well, see? No. Some women like that. It's all like, they love that toxic shit. Now they're running away in happiness bliss. That's toxic as fuck, man. The beat of the song is still good. Before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Hey, if you want to dive into new music, I have a catalog. Yeah, these are not singles, these are albums. But more recently this year, I did release an album called Tame Chaos. So you can listen, stream, download, purchase all of that in the link in the description. And just, you know, check it out, because I want to see if people are actually seeing this and going to the site. So anyways, guys, and it's interesting because it's all like there's a in the of course my voice doesn't sound like that, but just in that there's almost like a playful horror, you know, movie type of thing that's going on there, because especially after seeing that whole interaction and then the switch up that happened, it's just all like, how you go from like throwing hands to like, I think they were like kissed for a little bit to them just running away to outside and glee, and it's just all like, wait, what? You know, so but it makes it to where it's just all like, maybe it's still toxic, but as far as like the almost like the severity of it, there's almost like this childlike play in it, which is weird. It's such a weird combination, but that's the best way that I can describe it. Like,
and that's when you found me.
that's what it felt.
I was waiting in the garden, contemplating, beg your pardon. But there's a part of me that recognizes you.
Yeah.
Do you feel it too? When you told
There's
me
a part
it
of me
was
that
serious.
recognizes you.
Were you serious? They told me they were only curious.
They told It's so funny when
know
they
you said
do those
before
like
you can't.
wide angle scenes because I've always, I don't know if it's because I've seen way too many movies where they do that and just a random freaking car comes through. It's just all like, but it's because there's someone in there in the what you call
Cope
it
with
over here.
anymore. They told me it was war, said you'd show me
Now
what's in
is he
store.
about to run
I
after
hope
her
it's
like
not
she
for
ran
sure.
after him in the
Got me
beginning?
open at the door.
Better run. She's different. Yo, shout out to the camera people. Like, I wish my stuff looked this professional when that tackle looked crazy. Oh, dang, that was punches. Dang, like, give me that. Seems very crazy. Well, never mind, man. Yeah, she's like triple, quadruple layered up as far as like all this stuff. Is she throwing a shoe? They are toxic. They're freaking toxic. Oh man, yo, this just reminds me of like teenage, early 20s freaking relationships that are just like just straight up passion. Like no type of logic or anything. Just fight, have sex, fight, have sex. Like it's toxic. It's toxic. It's toxic. That's all I would say. It's freaking toxic. But the song itself, like listening to the words and then listening to the beat, and then having that juxtaposition of what was going on within the track. It just reminds me of being like specifically. It just reminds me of being 17. The 17 was some good years. Like 17 was definitely some good years. It had like a sort of uh indie movie feel to it. It almost had the makings of a whole movie within just this, music video. So I thought that that was very, very interesting. I'm curious to know like the title in reference to the song. If y'all, Billie Eilish fans, let me know if there's any significance as far as with that. And, I'm trying to get out of the realm of being so uniform is the best way I'll put it as far as like music creation because I see certain artists and usually it's outside of the realm of hip hop where usually if we're the title usually matches the chorus in a lot of cases. And so when there's just like these titles and then it's like this abstract song, I'm trying to dive more into that. There's like this freeness that I get within her music, especially this song. And, it in a way it kind of reminds me of like if you see the Demon Slayer Mugen Train, if not spoilers ahead. But there's a part where Tanjiro, he's like there's a person, they're on the train, they're like fast asleep, and they have these kids that enter into their souls. And in Tanjiro's soul, the main character, there's like all these little light beings and everything like that, and they're like all free and guiding him to like where he shouldn't be, but they're just so nice and just trying to help him and everything like that. And that's what her music, like this track, reminds me of in a weird way, especially after I was saying like this horror and childlike. But in that scenario, in a weird way, if you do the context like of the movie and the severity of the situation and what was going on, and juxtaposition of that peacefulness of those little childlike energy beams, then you would understand like that's what I mean by this song. It's like there's a horror like the implications of this are very, very bad, but the sereneness and the pure, just purity of his soul, like that's pretty much like the energy that I'm getting from this song, which may be wild. I don't know, like it may be wild, but that's like the freedom that I get from the way that this song, the way that she is singing the song, and the way that the song is, set up in general. Just a little the little insertions that were put in the beat, little sounds, that was like one-offs in it. So it's just very, very interesting. Anyways, let me know what y'all thought in the comments. It's Mr. Composition and MC that writes fiction. Back at it with another reaction. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Make sure to check the description for my music, books, comics, and more. All right, y'all.